I watched Season 1 of The Witcher on Netflix, and this review is going to be a little bit different. Most of my reviews, I bring knowledge and views about source material or established franchises to analyze them. But for The Witcher, I'm going in blind. So, from an outsider's perspective, how does it hold up? This is Exasperated Nerd Explains. They take an interesting approach to the show because it actually splits the time between 3 different storylines: Geralt, Yennefer, and the Princess. There's a clever reveal about halfway through the season that the events of the Princess's storyline take place 10 years after the start of Geralt's storyline and at least 30 years after the start of Yennefer's. It is what you would consider the present. This forces you to recontextualize scenes as they lay in the greater world that's been established.
He's gone.
While I found this to be clever at first, by the end of the season I was tired of it, because after the reveal, there's a time jump in Geralt's storyline with some clunky dialogue.
Must have been months? Years? What is time anyway?
Geralt's storyline still lags behind and doesn't catch up to the present of the Princess's storyline until partway through the final episode of the season. And even then, Geralt and the Princess don't meet until the final moments of the season. This will presumably be the focus of the next season, and that's disappointing in 2 ways. 1, this was the goal for the Princess during her entire storyline.
Find Geralt of Rivia. He is your destiny.
Waiting for them to meet until the end to basically say "to be continued" is frustrating because you're denied any sort of payoff. Secondly, the Princess's storyline is the weakest of the 3, and I don't really want that to be the focus. Overall, she feels a little too generic. She is a chosen one with a secret power within her that the bad guys are after. Oh well, I did thoroughly enjoy the other 2 storylines with Geralt and Yennefer. I did think Henry Cavill's voice he uses would get tiresome, but at some point I stopped noticing it.
I will take her, protect her, and bring her back unharmed. I promise you that.
Overall, I liked it. I will watch the next season. There are some interesting choices, and for a show ostensibly about fighting monsters, I thought some of the swordplay scenes were a bit lacking. Quick cut, quick cut, quick cut, showing no impacts, but then other fight scenes are interesting and feel polished. Honestly, it reminded me of an R-rated Hercules Legendary Journeys or Xena Warrior Princess. Some Monster of the Week stuff, some ongoing storylines, a little goofy at times, but fun nonetheless. It does a pretty good job establishing the world without too much hand-holding. The bad explanatory dialogue is the exception and not the rule, which is why it stuck out to me so much. There are still a lot of questions I have about the world, some about Geralt's powers and abilities that I'm sure I could look up, but I won't. So I'll just list a few of them real quick. Do his little potions make his eyes black? How come he poured one over his wound and it fizzed like he was in Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade? How come the law of surprise that yields a child is for one person a future bride and another person their future ward? Who decided that? Anyways, what did you think? Do you know the answers to these questions? Leave it below. Thanks for watching. Please check out my other videos. Bye.